That was a lot of fun. Oh, wow. How's it going, guys? I just finished work and it's a little bit late in the day, so I'm about to go for a quick ride on the 16X. Nice wheel, to be honest. It's still a little messy from the other day. As you can tell, I haven't had any time to clean up because I am a busy man. Busy, busy, busy. There's still this crack right here, which I have to fix because I don't want to get too much dirt or water in there. It does seem like it's gonna rain in a bit, so I still have the beast right here. Oh yeah, I love this wheel so much. But this wheel, man, I'm serious. Like if you had put Gotway on here, you could almost not tell the difference. Almost. Because the feel you get from this is just as enjoyable as this. It actually makes me feel, this actually feels a little bit like the 84 MSX, the 84 volt MSX. The difference being the top heaviness. But like I said before in a different video, you can get rid of that by getting some great pads. So, guys, what's interesting is we don't have a way of determining torque that's uniform against all wheels that I know of. I've to be honest, I haven't been paying attention a lot to the ECU world. I've been busy. Let's go for a nice spin. Do it. But correct me if I'm wrong, those who know. We don't really have a uniform way of determining torque among wheels. Yes, you can find out the power of the motor, and then you can find out the voltage, and you can do it that way, the weight of the individual, etc., etc. But the truth of the matter is, there's no way like a motorcycle or bike, or I mean a car, to determine torque. There's just no way to do it. Woo! I love this wheel. Oh my gosh. See, 30 miles an hour is a bit slow for the streets, but riding off-roading it's beautiful. You can max it out and really get the pure enjoyment out of it. For those of you who just got it, congratulations, because it's a fun wheel, man. Let's keep going. Oh! So what you noticed right there was a quick slip. That's the only thing I don't like, is the pedals are they're not as grippy. Now, there are ways we could create to determine torque, but at the moment, it's just lacking. I have some ideas on what to do. I won't mention it just yet, but hopefully I can do this real quick so you guys can see. Those of you who are good at this, go ahead and make it and post it. But it would be fantastic. That would be really good measurement to add to our buying when we're researching EUCs, because right now all we go by is what? The weight, the power delivery, well, the battery power, and the size of the motor. Oh, that tilt back is beautiful. Beautiful. Because you know you're reaching the limit, so it's helping you out. I love it. Yeah, I don't know why I keep switching my visor. I've pretty much been doing off-roading this entire week, so I don't know why I switch it. It needs to be clear at all times. But I have a new helmet on order. So, by order I mean it's still in the cart. I haven't ordered it yet. Man, this thing feels great off-roading. Like on-roading, because I'm coming from a much faster wheel, you can definitely feel the limits. Especially with that awesome tilt back. It's just a great experience, because there's nothing worse than not knowing the limit of your wheel. And one of my sayings is know your wheel. And the good thing about this feature is that even if you don't know the full specs of your wheel and what it's capable of doing, the tilt back will help you with that. You know what I mean? And what's cool about this tilt back, from what I understand, I'm only assuming that from in motion, because I had in motion for a very long time, is that it goes by the battery. So if you have 30% battery and you try to go hard, it's gonna tilt back. Same with Gotway, don't get me wrong, but you just need to activate it on Gotway. This one, it's compulsory. It needs to be on at all times. It's on at all times. But it's a joy, it's a joy. But I will say this though, I didn't think speed mattered, but it does matter, because this is 30 miles an hour. My top speed that I've done so far with the with the MSP off-roading in this environment is about 33 miles an hour. You know, and of course I still have a lot more to go. Whereas with this one, let's see what it says my top speed is. I mean, granted, I haven't really pushed it. It's just, I don't know the 25. That's not bad by comparison. 25.9 miles an hour. See, the thing is, I never try to push a wheel too much in an environment that I'm not too aware of. Even though I've been here a couple times, it's just I don't know this wheel too much. But its learning curve coming from a Gotway is not that steep. It feels good. It feels really good. I hate the pedals though. For off-roading. On-road is fine. But I hate the pedals, like with a passion. It's just slippery. Look, okay, here's an example. You could say, okay, I have bad shoes. I do. My shoes are terrible. I've been using them for a while. There's no grip. But even with that, the basic default pedals that come with the MSP feels great. Grips me. I don't ever feel like falling. I don't ever feel, even though sand gets under between my foot and the pedal, it still does not affect me in a way that I need to worry too much. Whereas this one, you just slide right off. If you bend a little too much, you just fall right off. All of which are very good, but all of this stuff is actually very subjective. You know, it's not objective, it's very subjective. So I could have someone like Wrongway, who's amazing. I could have someone like Law, who's amazing. I could have someone like Zen Lee, Arc Rides, those guys who ride all the time, Brian Zoom Wheels. All these guys who do a lot of riding, I could have them go on something like a 16X. The wheel literally just vibrated on me while I was holding brakes. I hope that was nothing. And they would perform amazingly. But those of us who are well, not me, but those of us who are new to this sport, and we go to ewheels.com, Alien Rides, all these awesome sites that sell wheels, there's nothing to tell us, hey, this is what your weight is going to do. You know, this is what your weight is going to do. All it says is, this is the weight, that's the max weight. So for example, one metric that a lot of us mess up on easily is the power to weight ratio. When I say power, I mean, will this thing cut out on me if I'm 200 pounds? Yeah, I'm not sure why the motor is doing that. It's kind of like rattling on me a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it is used. I don't know how. It didn't have that much miles on it though. It was like what, 900 miles roughly when I first got it. Shouldn't be acting like that. I know on my Tesla it did that, and I thought it was because of the motor, but what I ended up finding out was the screws that holds the axle nut together, or the pedal hanger, sorry, the pedal hanger together, two were missing and one was loose. So I'm gonna have to open up this wheel and do some maintenance on it, because since I got it from the person I purchased it from, I haven't even opened it. I haven't even ridden it that much. So this is my third day really riding this thing. Besides that, it feels fantastic. Wow, it is, yeah. Great off-roading wheel. You know, the cool thing about off-roading, it makes any wheel bearable. You don't really need a lot of speed, unless you do. I do, to have more fun, but 30 miles an hour is plenty of speed for off-roading, because 80% of the time you're not speeding. It's funny because a lot of the sites tell you what the max payload is. So why are people still asking? Well, they're asking because that's just the metric. It's not comparing it. It's not comparing your weight to your push delivery. You know, it's not measuring anything. It's just variables that have no correlation to each other with load. Now, Wrong Way does have a PDF that I have to look into. Sorry guys, thank you.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Wrong Way does have a PDF that we can download, and we can actually see some of the results that he got from each wheel. But the fact that this PDF exists is a good step in the right direction, because it gives you some real world. The only people I know that do real world stuff is, oh gosh, this is exactly what I talked about the other day, but this, I'm not speeding, so it's fine. Is Wrong Way and what's his name? The guy in UK, Speedy Feet. These are the only two people I know that do real life testing on the EUC spec wise. You know what I mean? But we need to go further. We need to go further, because it would be fantastic to know. But EUC World should be able to do this too, because they have the current output, right? I'll have to test this because I've never tested it. The current thing where you can tell it how much current is the cut, you know, how much is too much, how much is too little, or something like that. I'll have to play with these settings, because so far, like I said, all I've done was on the road speeding. All I've done was on the road speeding. But these other features in the EUC World app should be able to help. Yes, I think so. Because Archie at one point, he used to do this. He used to turn on the voltage, I mean the current alarm, in case he hits a bump. And then obviously when you hit a bump, the wheel is going to draw more current to keep you upright. So he set it to a certain parameter. And every time he hits a bump, it goes boop, 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 boop. But what I want is, I want to be able to set it to the point where the wheel just had too much. And that's like, you know, right before the cutout or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to play with those settings more. For those of you who know, please drop in the comments how to do that, because I want to know how to do that. That would be very helpful. That's actually more helpful than letting me know how fast it's going. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so something is wrong with the wheel. I went on that path over there. I found out it's very rocky. There were a lot of roots. And every time I went over a root or a rock, I heard like a little rattle. So either the battery is loose, which I doubt, or the bolts holding the pedal hanger together one is either missing or loose or broken off. I'm gonna have to open that up. Anyway, any type of rattling in your EUC, Don't ignore it. Peace out, guys. Thanks for checking in again. I'm out. Go out there and ride. Happy riding.